Chapter 4, Lest They Not Come Home. So we flash back over to Frostvellr. Now, if you remember, we had fled west from Rook's caravan in Skogar. They left, they gathered up everyone they could in the village, and just took off. Frostvellr was the first major town we were able to get to, but when we got there, the city walls were drawn closed and no one was permitted entry. So we have snuck into the city proper, and originally we were allied with Ekkel here, who is seemingly kind of the man inside the walls who's got enough power to kind of get everyone else to do what he wants. But it would appear that maybe that deal is no longer standing. What did I tell you, Rook? The man has a crazed look about him. He stands, axe pointed in your direction, on the other side of a dozen men. Ekkel, you son of a bitch. Remember what I said? Think carefully about what you want. This is what you get. Ekkel walks away, leaving you to deal with his thugs. So it looked as though we were wise to not trust him. Can we bring Ivor back in? Apparently enough time has passed that we've been able to let Ivor back in. So let's go ahead and immediately swap Ivor into the mix. I for sure want him in here. Do we want both Alette and Odlif? Or do we want to maybe... Oh, we carry over our renown from the other group. So we can upgrade Mogan. But man, Mogan is not exactly a badass, that's for sure. If we upgrade him, we'd probably put one into exertion, one into break. Or do we stick with Odd and Alette because they already have proper break? Yeah, and you know what? I think this gets us a little bit closer to having them level. Because we would need 3 on either of them. It would be kind of nice to get one more level 3 in this group. Or any level 3s in this group. Geez, I didn't realize how little fighting we did in this group. That's interesting. That's definitely one of the big differences between the two caravans campaigns thus far. Is this the order we want? We don't have any big thick boys like we do in the other caravan. So Mogan's actually maybe not quite so bad. Let's go ahead and swap him in for Alette. We will honor Alette's wish to not harm people. And I don't know that I want to put her bracelet on many of the folk in the caravan just for symbolism, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind Odlif wearing it. All right, let's deal with these vagabonds. At least they give us a pretty nice, straightforward battle arena. So Ivor's gonna go first. And I think you want him to immediately kind of close ranks on the 2 archers down here. If we can force the fight down here, that lets us kind of get all 3 of these guys cleaned up a little bit before we have to engage the guys coming from the back line. We'll put Ekkel up here, or Eagle rather, to protect Odlif. And then which one's Hogan, which one's Mogan? This is Hogan. So let's maybe have Hogan start chipping armor and Rook start chipping armor. These guys don't have enough armor to be that dangerous. At least one of them is going to get cracked basically right from jump by Ivor. So it'll depend on the turn orders. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to cheat Rook down here as well, because in a worst case scenario, if we need Rook to attack one of the archers, he'll be available for it. If we need him to instead attack this melee fighter, we'll be able to do that too. So who goes when? Back line, he's gonna be able to, if he motors, he can hit Eagle. That's crazy. The blacksmith just watching the show is 10 out of 10. We were just talking about that last episode too, Vivi, how great some of the little like side work is. But you're right, like my guy here, He's just excited that it's a chance to not have to work the forge for a moment. He's pretty pumped. All right, so who goes when? You're the first of the two. And then we are going to get a chance to go with Rook before the other one goes. The other one goes really late in the order, actually. So that makes this a pretty simple choice. So we're going to move in. I think Mogan will still have enough move to hit the other one. But this lets us take a huge amount. Oh, we don't want to kill you, though. No, no, no. We can take these guys down to 1 health, because remember, with them being normal combatants, we don't have to be as concerned about like that stupid chain reaction thing. All right, we want to start working on your armor. I guess maybe we'll just have Eagle like square up on this guy. Bloody Flail, 4 attacks at 1 strength or break each. So that would be 4 break. What do you do natively for break? You can do 5. So I think I am going to take that instead. She's only got the 1 strength, so she'll probably break armor here. Yeah, that's fine. You do that. So Rook's not going to be able to do anything about her, but he can now come over and start putting some damage in on this guy. He's like the last in their order. Yeah. Okay, so we will do that because we're gonna be able to use. Man, Rook's only got 1 exertion. Mark Prey does armor break damage. All allies within range attack the marked target. I don't know that we've ever actually used this. Let's use it now. Does this? Yeah. What? That's a crazy ability. We normally have Rook kind of fighting a little bit on his own, so I guess it's not shocking to me. So this guy's going to be able to do strength damage to us next turn. Or we can knock him down to 6. You have what, 7? So you'd be able to hit him too. Why don't we instead, this will put you to 5, which means she can give you a bunch more damage. And we won't have to move with her to hit you, so she should get her siege arching bonus. And now Mogan can come down. He's not going to be able to take quite as much off of the other archer. Yeah. Well, no, I guess. Yeah, we're in okay shape. Like, she still doesn't have enough to hurt anyone through their armor, so she's just going to have to hit someone's armor. Oh, she can do 5 to the armor. That's pretty grody, all things considered. Big 6 out of odd here up on this one. So that guy's essentially out of the combat. Hogan's armor is thrashed. All right, so you're at 1, you're at 2. That guy's still actually pretty dangerous, but he doesn't go for quite a while. But we can't get Ivor far enough north to do anything about these guys. I mean, other than, like, okay, we can't get him far enough north, but, like, we can still get him to square up. Hey, Venom. Glad to see you dropping by, man. This at least should draw some aggro from those guys, because his armor is so big that they won't be able to do much about it. 3 health is all we've got left on Hogan, so I think we're going to have to give up and do a break here. Not a whole lot, Venom. Dipping back into some banner Saga. We got some high stakes tactical combat here. I am much, much squishier with this party than the party that takes up the other half of the game. So who's gonna go? Eagle's gonna go. And Mogan's gonna go. I think we're just gonna have Rook take this guy out, because if we can't get sufficient strength damage on him, well, no, because Odd's gonna go, but she'd have to move to hit him. Yeah, I'm gonna just take this dude out. Maybe not the best usage, but I'd rather guarantee his strength combat is off the board than have to deal with the potentiality of him getting in a nice shot on somebody. So Gil really doesn't need to worry about this dude anymore, and he's still got the 8. So let's have him also square up, choke up the battlefield a little bit, and keep these 2 guys that are fresh from getting at anyone in the back. And then we're going to have him use his defense ability, which should play out right here. Boom. Get out of here, nerds. All right, so now you can't do any damage to him, but you can start chipping armor, and this would still let Ivor get in. So yeah, I think this is the move, and then I think we're gonna give him 1 willpower so that he can bloody flail this. Or no, because we'll still be able to get what? Just a static... Nothing to break? Oh, he's stonewalled. Damn it. I didn't even pay attention. All right, well. Well, I was hoping that the interaction between the 2 abilities would let one of those sneak through, but apparently not. So Odd can put this guy down. Or if we move her forward a skosh, she can start putting armor break on a guy. We don't want her to do the trap. That's fine. We can do an actual attack here. 4 armor break on him seems like a pretty good trade. Basically just waiting on Ivor getting a chance to get up and swing on these dudes. This guy screwed me. That was the spot I was planning on sliding Ivor into. Bummer. All right. Well, we might still be able to draw them up to attack Ivor. I should have just not moved and hit him with battering ram. Well, no, because that would have killed him too, though. It's all right. It's not ideal. I think I am going to just have Hogan just backtrack, just get out of the fight. One of the other luxuries that we don't really get with this half of the caravan, unfortunately, with Hakan's group... Do I have to be melee for that? We do. For Hakan's group, we're able to be pretty liberal with how much we, like, just let guys get injured and who cares, because we'll just rest it off afterwards. Oh, shoot. We don't really get that luxury with Rook's group, because unfortunately, Rook's group does not have nearly the resources that Hakan does. Man, Rook is also gonna have to backtrack here. Like, waiting for 3 days with the Rook caravan does serious damage to our available resources. Who can Odd hit? She can kill somebody. I really need her to do some strength damage on somebody. How much? We have 2 exertion we can pop off with her. Who's next up of their bad boys? Him, but he can't get to Rook. Who can he get at? Just Gil, Ivor. You can put a pretty good pop on Gil. And then this guy's right after him. This guy, I think, is actually the scarier of the 2 because he can get at Rook. And he's also the easier of the 2 to whittle down here. So I'm going to take that shot and just hope this guy doesn't go too ham on me up at the north end of the fight. So Rook's got no armor left. Yikes. All right, so we have Ivor come in behind here. So now this guy, to get anywhere down towards Rook, has to like completely back out, and we get a bonus on shield wall to Gil because we have an ally next to him now. What can we do here? 3, or we take the 4? I mean, I think we take the 5 armor damage here. Well, 3 would take him down to 4. We can do 4 if we juice it. No, so yeah, that's the play. And now we gotta start killing people down on the south side. Kind of wish we hadn't taken Hogan out of the fight now. Yeah, it's gonna be enough for Rook to go down anyway. If Hogan had been able to be a little bit mobile, I think we would have been okay. So just kind of an unfortunate circumstance where, trying to save one character, we offered another character up. Bummer. can only do 3. It's gotta be someone you can just kill outright. Yeah, yeah. We do want 3 kills with odd. 3. So actually, I think we're just gonna have you chill. I don't know that they have enough strength left on the board to really take out too many more of us. And as it stands, like, we're already gonna have to wait now for Rook to kind of heal up. So I might as well spend the effort to get some other units pumped up. And odd, definitely, like, for all my frustrations with having to try and use Irsa over in the Hakan group, and just kind of like me floundering to find a really good way for her to be effective, right away this combat, just great utility out of odd. So I don't know if that's just a difference in the design between the 2 caravans combats, or if it's genuinely like this unit just having a skill set that's a little bit better for me. We know odd's gonna kill somebody. Take the 50-50 here. Got it. We'll have odd kill one, and then we'll be in pillage, so we'll just rest until it's odd's turn again. Not terrible. You know, for having to try and remember all these units and their different skills, I think that went pretty smooth. Just moving guys around in a way that is going to force him to square up. Won't matter though, because odd went first. There we go. So Rook and odd get promotions here, but Rook's also going to catch an injury. Tempered by blood, pain, and resolve. Pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with it, Stealth. I also think, I'm not positive, but if I remember from earlier playthroughs, characters that aren't like the main cast, if you get them injured, they can die. So obviously, Rook isn't going to be susceptible to that. I hate to admit it, Rook, but you're right. We can't stay here. If we're not murdered in our sleep, it's only a matter of time before the dredge find their way in. There's nobody defending these walls. You spot Alette looking at one of the thugs. She cocks her head to the side. Dad? I think he's still alive. Ivor lifts him to his feet by his tunic. He groans from the pain. Why did Ekel try to kill us? He's a damned lunatic. Figure that yet? Why would Frostvellr's chieftain put a madman in charge of his guards? That what he told you? He never put Ekel in charge. As soon as those gates were shut, Ekel walked into the Great Hall and sliced open the chieftain like a narwhal. Saw it myself. Ekel wasn't a captain. Look at him. He was playing us. I'll kill that bastard. Enough of this. It's time to go. I think we just gotta, like, Frostvellr's a freaking rat's nest. I do not like any of this. And not for nothing, this is a little bit of me using knowledge from the other campaign to our benefit. Like, if Grofheim fell, what the hell's Frostvellr gonna do? Nothing. That's what. Enough of this. It's time to go. Where can we go? By now, the dredge have already flooded the south, I'm sure. Wormtoe's the only thing that makes sense. Across the wastes. I might know someone there who can help us. And the dredge probably won't follow us out over into the wastes. They didn't in the Great Wars. Because it's a death sentence? Food's already running low. I know where Ekel keeps his supplies, I'll tell you. If you take me with you. He was just on the team that was fighting us, right? That's why we thought he was dead. What's the catch? No catch. I want out of here as much as you do. Just never had anywhere to go. I'm not the only one. Get the supplies and there are plenty of fighters who are desperate to get out of here. That might solve a few problems. It's worth the risk. If we're lucky, I'll get a chance to put a dagger to Ekel. No deal. Shut him up and let's get out of here. So chat, Ekel temporarily allied with us to get us into the city. almost immediately turned on us and sent his goons. And now we got one of said goons that just tried to kill us wants into the caravan. I don't know how much I like that. Like, this guy's obviously kind of twisting his allegiance pretty quickly. I know this is kind of a similar situation to what we had with Hogan and Mogan when they joined, but like Hogan and Mogan weren't being outwardly hostile and this guy was. Yeah, the merc mentality might not be great. I don't love it, and I don't know, ride or dies only. I kind of feel like that's how this caravan works, Vivi. Like, the Hakan caravan, because they are made up of a great many warriors, like, I feel like they're a little less weary because they know they can police it themselves. Rook's caravan is literally fleeing townsfolk. I think we're going to say no, thank you. Where would I put him anyway? I'm already having a hard time deciding who to take into the fight. Yeah, no, we're going to tell him to get out of here. Shut him up. I would have loved the supplies. Ivor punches him in the face. He crumbles. I would have loved the supplies. But I think we need to wash our hands of Frostvellr entirely and get out of here. All right, we get to Wormtoe. We find Varl, who won't try to kill us. We find safety. I love this plan. It's way better than the Frostvellr plan. Gather everybody up and we'll make a break for it. You gonna give me a chance to rest? Oh, we're still in Frostvellr. Okay, cool. So we are gonna get a chance to rest. So we have 5 days of supplies. Hey, Onif, I changed my mind, bud. You can join us. We might have to spend some renown on supplies here, which I don't want to do, but I'm not really in love. Like, we have 5 days of supplies and Rook needs to rest for 3 days. So we really have 2 days of supplies. A cursed fang said to fill itself with the blood of its enemies and grant power to those who would keep it full, plus 3 will per kill. Whoa. So you just go around freaking unloading on everybody. A rare crystal that when struck creates a pleasing sound, often strung on weapons with melodic effects. This is plus 2 will per kill. So that's interesting. Half the cost for just 1 less will per kill. And I'm trying to think, like, so plus 3 will per kill sounds awesome, but really how useful would it be? Because if you had, well, because I guess you could use will every turn on both your movement and your attack. So the extra 1 point per kill actually does make a difference. And then obsidian powder. The fragments of shattered dredge obsidian carefully ground to a powder will sometimes explode when applied to a weapon. Knockback on a strength hit of greater than 4. So 5 days of supplies, 32 supplies. So it looks like it's what, 6 supplies per day. 6 renown gets us another day. Man. The difference in, oh, he's only injured for 1 day. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. We might still buy some supplies, but it's not like Panic Town. The difference in the power scale between Hakan's caravan and Rook's caravan is staggering. All right, so we will level up Odd. I think she's probably a little closer to the style that I want. Didn't I say continue? Oh, I clicked cancel on it instead of confirm. Let's go ahead and give you the 1 extra exertion. And then this party doesn't have a way to get will back without filling up the horn. We kind of, the other caravan cheats a little bit because they have Eric who can use his special ability. I'm going to throw this into strength for you because I want you to hit harder once we do have exposed armor. So now she shoots 2 arrows and it's plus 1 strength on the second arrow. Character secretly selects an unoccupied tile on the board and fires up to 3 arrows in the air. If they pass through it, they are hit by the falling arrow. And then her puncture is if they're missing 2 points of armor, she gains 1 additional strength. So she has 8 already, and if someone's missing 8 armor, her 8 turns into a 12, which makes her not shabby as long as we don't make her move around. Rook also able to do a promotion here. His ability is going to let... Man, so his Mark Prey, it really benefits us to get him in tight rather than at a distance. Because if we put him in flush with like Ivor, Hogan, Mogan, any of those guys still available, that turns into a hell of a maneuver. So let's go ahead and confirm that as well. I'm going to put... I'd love some armor on him, but I really think the bigger benefit straight away is more exertion. That puts us in a position kind of same as what I was talking about where we don't have a way to recharge it. Like using 3 exertion basically annihilates all of what he has available for willpower. But in a kind of a first strike scenario, that might be enough to get an enemy's strength damage low enough that they're a non-factor. And then it's just what, 5 to promote you to the... Yeah, so we will definitely do that. Cap out your break and your exertion. Make you a little bit better for combat. Okay. Pretty good shape there. So Rook's going to need to wait for 1 day. Do we ride it out? 5 days worth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. That would take us to 30. Or no, I'm sorry. That would take us to 23 renown. Oh no, it's counting as we take it out. Okay. So that would take us to 30 renown. 30 renown's enough for 2 level 4 level ups. It's 15 renown to go up another level. So that's still a pretty healthy amount of renown. I think we are going to go ahead and do that. I'm fairly confident that we're going to get a story event that's going to let us earn some extra supplies, but I'm thinking better safe than sorry. All right, let's get out of Frostvellr. Outside the walls, things are a mess. Dredge are everywhere. Fortunately, they're going around the hill on which Frostvellr sits, heading south, and show little interest in following as you cross the wastes. You're finally free of Frostvellr, but find yourself facing new problems. You hope that whoever Ivor knows at Wormtoe is willing to help. You love Lord of the Rings, Zelly? We are taking the ring to Mordor. That's kind of what this group feels like. This caravan definitely has more of a Frodo and Sam vibe than Hakon's caravan. Hakon's caravan's got like the assembled might of the entire combined armies. And this caravan's just like hoping to God they don't run out of potatoes. I meant to rest and heal Rook. So we will go ahead and do that. In camp, we've got a conversation with one of the twins, huh? That's interesting. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily, and you want me to take it easy? Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields, you understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just you who suffers. Right, so you get married, have kids, now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to the 2 brothers clam up as you approach? That's right. I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan. Hogan departs, leaving Mogan looking awkward. Rook, what brings you around? I just heard yelling and came to... I don't really want to pry, but like... Man, I would have so much egg on my face if we just turned down the guy in Frostvellr and then it turns out that Hogan and Mogan are bad news. You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired. Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar. Chicks dig the Mogan scar. Forget it. Listen, all this death, every night half the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook. Be honest. This is good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all this. Woof. I mean, I'm not sure I agree with him. Mogan the playa? You're damn right, Stealth. I mean, I can't agree with you here. Like, I do kind of get what he's saying, but I can't agree with it. Look at it like this. We're fighting to the death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up in a ball of fear. You can go hide in the woods eating nuts and appreciating leaves or some nonsense. or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick. Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let. Promise you that. Or Oddliff. All yours. Mogan, you're not doing yourself any favors with this dialogue, dog. Appreciated, Mogan. You depart unsure whether your opinion of Mogan changed for the better or worse. I mean, I'm gonna be confidently in the worse camp, but it's like a personal choice, not like I no longer trust this man to be inside the caravan circle. Not sure. I'm not so sure. I'm with, yeah. I'm thinking I came out of that with a pretty definitive change. Little whoop. Chris will remember that. A trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large wounded Varl. He is gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one in particular, and occasionally slamming his cudgel on the ground. If not for the heavy bleeding, you'd leave this one alone without a second thought. Leave food and medicine and walk away. We can help if you want it. Try to have healers tend his wounds, abandon the Varl, and move on. Man is now a celeb and you can't understand why he likes it. You know, I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm saying I do agree why Mogan's like, yo, this is the life. I could have been digging rows in a field every day until my back ached. And instead, I'm knee deep in dredge, dropping them everywhere, and everyone thinks I'm a god. Totally get it. No, you said you don't get it. You had 3 options. I said I can't agree with you. I didn't say I didn't get it. I do get it. I don't agree with it. I don't want to have healers tend to his wounds, because if they get close, it sounds like he could just rock them. We can help if you want it. Let's see if he's responsive. In a heartbeat, the Varl is on his feet, swinging his massive weapon. You jump clear as the cudgel smashes through the trunk of a tree. Your party scatters to avoid the falling timber. Once you recover, the Varl is long gone, leaving only another trail of blood, which you decide against following this time. I had the option to say I get it. You're right. You're right. I'll stand by it. I get it as Chris. Rook does not get it. I'm grabbing a screen grab of this. This like barren field. Lost more supplies. Man, we run lean in this caravan. Hopefully these guys are like, oh, we fled too and we have all this food. We can't carry it all. You find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently, they think Radomir, the sun god, has come back, and they're worshiping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with the others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers to let you join in their tribute. Accept their offer, ask what this tribute involves, politely decline and move on, decline and inspect the Godstone before leaving. What's the tribute involve, gang? Gullen Fury, one says, showing you a golden liquid in a silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth that it's a gift from the sun god, an oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. What? Cancerous? Turn that shit down? Can I see some documentation about what this constitutes as a legality in the state of California, please? There's just those known by the state of California to have been a known carcinogen signs all over, posted outside the Godstone. I mean, I'm not interested as Rook, but this seems like it's rooted in their culture. This seems like, I mean, obviously it has ties to a religious experience, right? Like they're doing this in the favor of their god. So I'm not going to cast judgment if someone else wants to do it. Not surprisingly, you find no takers. You wonder how devoted you have to be to go in for it yourself. Yeah, I think I'm good, dog. We are going to take a look at the Godstone, though. This is the Joe Rogan caravan. No, nobody can really agree on what Radomir looked like, as fond as he was of his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun and it's not uncommon to hear speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Redormir was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thanked for good weather, healthy livestock, and a good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been how his godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried out lake. After some rest, you continue on. The sun god worshippers are keen to stay, so you pack your things and return to the road. Really wish they had some stuff to sell, if I'm honest. Man, just nothing. Like, as your supplies dwindle here, don't you just, like, panic? Several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddliff is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tag the birds once or twice. "Get lost! No dead down here!" she shouts to nobody in particular. What are you doing? Let her get out some aggression. Stop wasting arrows. Join her in shooting at the vultures. Yo, not for nothing. We could maybe eat some. Why would we have done that? That does not sound like it would have been pleasant, Zelly. I am good. This one is, I'm definitely going to be on the team of I do not understand. I think we're going after these vultures. We need some food. It's going to be cathartic for everyone in the caravan. First person to knock one out of the sky gets their wish granted, you announce. Several of the caravan give it a try, including Alette, enjoying the sport and turning around morale. It's no big surprise when one of Oddliff's blue-feathered arrows brings down a bird. "Yeah, son." "You know," says Oddliff, scanning the caravan, "a lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight. Encourage Oddliff to train the women. Try to keep her expectations in check. Tell her you think it's a bad idea." Look, does anyone remember on night 1 when Oddliff explained, like, she hates the phrase what it means to be a strong woman, and she knew that the caravan wouldn't follow her and that she had to make Rook the new chieftain? This is what it means to be a strong woman. What a badass. Of course we're going to let her do it. Women can't do men shit. I disagree. Again, I'm going to go strongly on the disagree button on your take, Zelly. I am absolutely down with letting her train some women. They forgot they're shooting straight up and it turns into a horror show. Oh God! Klansmen lost 412. Good luck. That's the way you want to start a trip into a place known as the Wastes. "We can always use more fighters," you tell Oddliff. That's actually not true. We're already kind of at a point where I'm struggling to field the team. If Alette has any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddliff gives you a smile. They totally missed an L in the name on the top row, and it bothered me. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. "Yo, but keep shooting down vultures, because we about to go hungry."